Have you had trouble with online dating? This is eHarmony founder Dr. Neil Clark Warren. We've created a new solution, EH Plus. EH Plus combines the personal attention of a matchmaker with eHarmony's extensive pool of great singles. EH Plus gives you hand-selected matches and freedom from being online. Get started today. Call 855-930-LOVE. That's 855-930-LOVE.
You make the decision to buy the home, then you're faced with what's next. What do we do?
We started at Realtor.com.
Realtor.com gave us a lot more current information.
Listings are pulled directly from the MLS every 15 minutes.
Once you've gone through all of that, the Realtor makes it happen.
We worked with the Realtor that really knew the area.
And he knew the market.
When you have someone who has the expertise, it makes it so much easier.
Realtor.com and Realtors. Together, we make home happen. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
Here's a look at the KCAA Community Calendar. I'm Di Rice. The Sheriff's Homeless Outreach and Proactive Enforcement Team, otherwise known as HOPE, is launching a Positive Change, Not Spare Change community awareness campaign. The goal of HOPE is to educate the public. For instance, statistics show that 65% of panhandlers are not homeless, and when you give money to a panhandler, you may be contributing to a drug or alcohol addiction. Legitimate homeless service providers can channel your donation to real solutions for moving people beyond homelessness. If you or your business would like to support Hope's cause, signs, flyers, posters, and bumper stickers will be available in support of this effort. If you are interested in receiving any promotional materials, please contact Hope locally at 909-387-0623, 909-387-0623. You can also call toll-free at 844-811-4673. That's 844-811-HOPE. Or you can send your request to HOPE at sbcsd.org. And that's a look at the community calendar on KCAA 1050 AM.
The KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org. Consider this your invitation to sell. At buysellmakeoffer.com, you can sell as much as you want for the next 60 days without paying any fees whatsoever. Sound incredible? It is, and it's true. Buysellmakeoffer.com is the new exciting way to sell your stuff online. Make extra money right now. Sell your old car, furniture, video games, household items, clothes, even your home. Sell anything that's legal. Load up your stuff to sell right now at buysellmakeoffer.com. This is your official invitation to get on board to sell your stuff right now. Free for the next 60 days. And once you see how easy it is, you'll want to sign up for more because there are no item fees. That's right. Take this opportunity to move items from the other guys and sell it for free. You might even win a Samsung tablet, Amazon gift cards, and other cool prizes. BuySellMakeOffer.com is the future of online selling. You can use Skype to talk to your buyer or seller. Plus, you can use video to showcase your items. BuySellMakeOffer.com.
Are your student loans making life miserable? Optimum Student Solutions can now help consolidate your federal student loans. That's right, we can help lower your monthly payment on your federal student loans. In some cases, you can lower your monthly payments in half. It doesn't matter how much you owe, even if you are in default on your federal student loans. Just call us right now and find out if you qualify for these substantial savings. We'll help you remove your default status, lower your monthly payments, and stop wage garnishments. Let our experts eliminate the confusion and find the best payment solution for you. All you have to do is make the call. If you are a teacher, nurse, police officer, firefighter, or work for a nonprofit, new federal programs are available that may have a portion of your student loan forgiven. Stop worrying and start saving. Call now, 800-375-1159. That's 800-375-1159. Get free information. Call now, 800-375-1159. That's 800-375-1159.
KCAA, where every day is a great day. KCAA, Loma Linda.
And here we are with Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. And we're glad that you folks are joining us here on this wonderful scorching Thursday.
It's a little warm outside, Bob.
Just a little. I think we ought to leave it outside.
Yeah, you know, you come inside, it's quite a difference. You got AC on in here.
Yeah.
Beautiful San Bernardino. Downtown San Bernardino.
It's like another world in here.
It is.
Yeah. But we want to thank you folks for joining us today. We're brought to you by Exit Inland Realty, 1450 University Avenue in Riverside. You can reach them at 951-300-1010. That's 951-300-1010, your full-service real estate brokerage. And you're here today with Realtor Randy Guest and Realtor Bob Bishop, and we're here to talk real estate.
Everything from A to Z.
Absolutely.
So let's just talk.
And we have a special guest coming up later. It's going to talk a little bit about some loans and what's going on with the lending industry.
Yeah, and then we'll have
Mr. Felix.
We'll have another gentleman here, a guest that will talk about how to prepare your house maybe for sale, having it cleaned, or before you move in, have it cleaned, and so forth. So
that's always a good idea.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, real quick, I want to talk about what do you think are happening to real estate prices in, say, North Carolina, right on the beach here, where there's all those shark attacks?
Well, I don't think it's going to affect it, you know.
Less people going in the water. Maybe they want to move now, get a place in Florida.
I don't think so. Not when you own a piece on the South Carolina or North Carolina coast there.
It's really beautiful there, huh?
Yeah, my dad. What's the one on? I can't remember what that is. The one in South Carolina is called
The Beach.
No, well, there's one real popular one there, but I can't remember. My dad's ex used to have a beach house.
Yeah,
and then one of the hurricanes wiped it out.
Just disappeared.
So they had to completely rebuild it, from the ground up.
I guess the insurance covers that, does it not?
Yeah, it does, but it's a real major headache, to get the plans and get everything approved, and then find the contractors when everybody else is getting the same thing done at the same time.
Right. So the price goes up because supply and demand dictates that, there's not enough contractors to build all the places back.
Yeah, like when Big Bear and them had that big earthquake up there, and all the contractors from down the hill all swarmed up there, and you couldn't find anybody do anything for months.
How about that?
Yep.
Well, I guess some natural disasters keep some people employed, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So, yeah. Somebody's got to pick up the pieces, so to say.
Well, all righty then. So what's happening in your real estate world, Bob?
Well, a lot of good stuff. I've got a new listing over in Ontario at 912 North Turner Avenue. It's a really nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-story townhouse condo. They've got a pool and other luxuries there, as usual, that you would get along with something like that.
So a townhouse condo, how many units are there? Just 2 or 3?
Oh, no. There's probably at least 100.
Oh, okay. So it's a big complex.
Maybe 300 now that I'm thinking about
complex,
it. Yeah, it's a big complex, yeah. It's right off of Haven and the 10 freeway, so it's very convenient to lots of shopping and everything.
And an airport.
And the Ontario airport, if you need to be near the airport. They're asking $314. For it, and it's got a 2-car garage. It's also got 2 balconies, one on the back and one on the front, and really nice modern chef's kitchen, and all around it's got a separate dining area for a formal dining area off the living room. It's not connected, and it's 2.5 baths, 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths, and it's got indoor laundry and everything. So it's pretty spiffy.
How does someone get a hold of you?
And it's probably a mile from the Ontario Mills.
How does someone get a hold of you to see that property?
Well, they could call me at 951-318-1952. That'd be 951-318-1952.
Ask for Bob.
Yeah, we also got a price reduction, too, on the golf course house up in Hesperia.
Excellent. I did hear that. Yeah.
Yes, that's reduced to $329 now. That also includes a 1-year family membership to the golf course that it sits on, which is the Hesperia Municipal Golf Course. So that'd be handy for whoever buys it if they like to play golf.
Right, so it's a nice golf course property.
They and their family can go and enjoy for a whole year if they purchase it. That one's they're asking $329. This one's big. It's 5-bedroom, 3 baths, almost 4,000 square feet. Has a living room. It's almost 1,000 square feet by itself. And the master bedroom has this really cool retreat off of it, which is probably 800 or 900 square foot size, that has its own waterfall and built-in in-ground spa. So you don't have to worry about being out in the elements, under the sun or anything like that. You got the spa right inside, indoors, right off of your master bedroom as a retreat.
And it's big enough in that spa area that you could have exercise equipment in there or some other things in there.
Pool table,
whatever. So
yeah, exactly.
Nice. So,
and the house is U-shaped, so one side is the living room, then you have a hallway across the bottom going over to the kitchen. The kitchen's all completely remodeled, all new cabinets and all that kind of stuff. Cabinets with the granite countertops and cherry wood cabinets and everything. It's very sharp. And then there's an additional bedrooms besides the master bedroom. And there's actually a second bedroom on the very end that has its own bathroom too, 3/4 bath. So it's really almost like having 2 master bedrooms.
Right. It's nice.
And it's on a corner, so you only have neighbors on one side. That's it.
Yeah. And off the back of the house is obviously the golf course there, and the backyard lot size big enough for a pool and still have plenty of yard and RV parking and everything, right?
Yeah. Oh, it'll park. You can probably park 10 cars there easily, maybe 12.
Yeah, it's exciting to see.
So keep that in mind again, folks. If you'd like to take a look at that, or you have some further questions, you're looking for a golf course home. And there's a couple things up there that are really within the next year. They're building a new St. Mary's Hospital up there in Hesperia, which is going to employ hundreds and obviously doctors and very high-end people that are going to be shopping and looking for houses. So if you buy it now and hold on to it, you'd probably be able to make a pretty substantial profit off of it if you just waited and then sold it later on when the hospital moved in next year. Because there's going to be a lot of demand for higher-end houses, and lots of doctors like to play golf, so it'd be a natural for them.
Well, there's also I just was reading some stuff because that's Hesperia there, and the Victorville area right off of Bear Valley, which one side is Victorville, one side is Hesperia. But there's a new big-name restaurant going up there, BJ's Pizzeria or BJ's Brewery, whatever that is, right? Mm-hmm. They're getting ready to build a site up there, from what I understand, and so it looks like some things are coming back. Property values are still edging up, and so I think it's going to be quite a good investment for folks in the near future.
Yeah, so it's got a lot going on up there. That's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So let's see. Any exciting things for this weekend? Open house, anything? It's really not a great weekend for open house.
Well, 4th of July weekend, any weekend where it's a major holiday, there's not going to be a lot of people out there looking at houses simply because, people do a lot of family things on these big holiday weekends, and so it's not a priority, unless you just sold your house and you got to find a place. Most people are not going to be out looking at houses over a holiday weekend.
Funny you should say that, Bob. I just sold 2 of them, right? Well, actually about 8 doors down from each other, and one of them's got to find a new house.
Yeah. So, well, that happens with some folks, and they buy, they sell, and they have a moving date, so they've got to get out as quick as possible.
Yeah. So, hey, when we come back, Bob, I guess we'll take a short break here. When we come back, we'll get a little bit of news in. We'll get Felix here. We'll have our other guests maybe show up by then, and take care of business.
That sounds good. So, folks, this is Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy.
How hard can it be? You put up a sign, you just wait for the offers to roll in.
It becomes a second job.
Getting the house appraised and the comps.
The money that you think you're going to save, you end up losing.
I've bought and sold homes before, and now the first thing I do is call a realtor.
Realtors have the experience to price your home so it can sell for up to 16% more than selling it yourself.
Using a realtor is a smart financial decision.
Get the facts straight about selling your own home. Talk to an agent, and be sure to ask if that agent is a realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors.
It's way too risky to sell your house on your own.
Don't let your house go to foreclosure. Call Exit Inland Realty today. We can help you stay in your house longer, and we may be able to get you as much as $30,000 depending on the type of loan, and the lender has a moving incentive. So don't delay. Call today at 951-300-1010. That's 951-300-1010, and go to our website, www.exitinlandrealty.com.
I'm Tito Love from the TV show I'm Mad as Hell and I'm Not Gonna Take It Anymore. I'm so tired of stupid people that I've written SOS, Stuck on Stupid, the self-help book about common sense and philosophy. You can buy a copy at your local bookstore or at Amazon.com. Then visit mainperformanceusa.com for the complete story. Read SOS, Stuck on Stupid, the self-help book, and stay away from the stoopies.
Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy is brought to you by the sumptuous Chinese food restaurant in Riverside, the Mandarin Gardens. Experience all your Chinese favorites and your favorite tropical drinks at the Mandarin Gardens. Banquet facilities are available as well. 1445 University Avenue, or call for takeout 951-786-9887. Say hi to Jason, tell him Bob and Randy sent you, and he'll give you a free order of egg rolls. That's Mandarin Gardens, 1445 University Avenue. You want a greener community and a cleaner world? Well, you need B&C Cleaning Services. B&C Cleaning Services is the area's finest cleaning service. Their trained staff work in a variety of settings, including office buildings, schools, universities, retail facilities, medical offices, construction areas, and homes. All their products are safe for the environment, children, and pets. They guarantee you'll be more satisfied with their work because, like their motto says, it's not clean until it's pristine. Services they offer is residential and commercial cleaning, general cleaning, carpet cleaning, window blind cleaning, construction cleanup, special event cleanup, home maid service, ceramic stone floor cleaning, and other services available on request. Call them today for a free consultation and save 10% on your first services. That's B&C Cleaning Services, 888-659-4646. That's 888-659-4646. With Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy, and we're here on the cusp of a holiday weekend.
Hey, you know what? In about 45 minutes, my holiday weekend's starting.
Well, you know what's funny is all week I've been bugging my dad. I've been saying, hey, you know, do you have Friday off?
Right.
And
like, why,
everybody
right?
else, and he's like, no, the prison guards have Friday off because they have a strong union, but the company I work for, Verizon, no. He just called and left a message. I'm coming in tonight. I'm off on Friday.
How about that?
So
does that mean there's no guards this weekend at the prison?
Well, no, I think there are. They're probably on a skeleton crew or something.
And then they probably get triple time or some kind of thing for holiday.
Oh,
right?
I'm sure they probably they do quite well, at least for Saturday only, you know. Yeah. But it was kind of funny because I talked to him last night. I said, "Now you're sure that you're not off on Friday?"
Well, you know,
but he claims I'm always the last to know because he's kind of like in a bubble there. You know, what he does is kind of totally separate than everything else in the prison. So he's like always the last to know what policy things are. He doesn't even see his boss for weeks at a time.
Well, your dad's probably kind of like me, also in tune with some things. Bob is, you know, we just go to work every day, work every day, and the holidays are just, you know, circumstantial to what's going on in our life, right?
Right,
right. You know, Michelle had to tell me that 2 days ago that all the banks are closed, and why are you working on Friday?
Right.
I'm like, well, because it's Friday. She's
right.
like, there's not going to be anybody here, man. There's nothing going on.
Well, in our business, you know, in certain businesses, there's other businesses that you rely on, and if they take those holidays off, it gives you no other choice but to do that because you can't get anything accomplished.
I mean, I can go sit in the office by myself and look at my computer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can do prospecting and call past clients, and you know, hey, just want to wish you happy 4th of July, or you know, so there's ways to put it to use.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as getting regular work stuff done that you'd ordinarily think you could get done.
Kind of not.
Well, what's kind of funny, too, is because we're invited to a party on Friday at like noon, and we were planning on taking my dad, but then he wasn't going to drive in till Friday because he didn't figure he had Friday off.
Right.
So,
So
surprise,
he's coming
surprise.
tonight?
Yeah. So
Well,
he'll be here by 7 tonight.
Well, that's excellent.
Another hour, he'll be on the road. Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I guess, it'll be pretty. This is the getaway day.
I
so
still get nervous every time your dad's driving back and forth, man.
Uh-huh.
Just,
Well, he's a good driver.
Yeah.
And now that he's got cruise control, boy, he just sets that cruise control and just zips on down the
and
road.
He's got new eyes, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
last year.
no, he doesn't have his surgery till the end of January.
I thought he had one done already or something.
No, he had it prepared
okay.
to be done. So I guess August 4th is when they're going to do the cataract on one eye.
Okay, well, cool. Your dad's a trooper, man. Love him.
Yeah.
Where's he driving from?
Yuma, Arizona.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
That's
about
a slow drive.
3 hours and a half, something like that. 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, this guy, Felix. Have you never met Bob's dad?
No, I sure haven't.
What is your dad? 83 now? 84?
No, he'll be 86 in September.
86 years old. Drives to Yuma and back 4 or 5 times a year.
Oh, at least,
At least, and he still works 40, 50 hours a week. So it's really pretty cool the stamina that this man has. He just keeps going. It's like
Well, he sounds almost like disappointed. He has to work. He can't work on Friday.
Yeah.
It's like darn. Yeah. I wanted to go in. And his assistant, who's been off for several months because she was sick, she just came back yesterday, and so he's kind of getting back into the swing of things being organized the way that they were before. She left for her leave of absence, and so I guess he's just like ready to hit the ground running. And they have an endless supply of prisoners that he has to see. There's like no end to it. Right. So he's always
revolving door.
He's trying to stay right on it so he doesn't get behind,
Right.
and have to play catch up. But he'll be 86 in September, and he still loves going to work every day. He's I always like to say he's like a plow horse. He gets up every day, and he wants to get behind that plow.
Yep. He just he's a
if he doesn't go out and plow the back 40, he's not happy.
Yeah, my wife wants me to plow the back 40 all the time, and we only got 20.
Oh, I
just
see.
Work, right?
Uh-huh.
I met your wife. She's a nice gal.
She wants me to do it twice.
You watch what you say, because I'll tell her. I'll call over the office.
Oh, she's probably listening, so
Hey, she'll hurt me.
Yeah. Well, Felix, let's talk about you a little bit. I'm sorry, what company are you from?
I'm glad you asked. Integrity First Financial Group.
And what does Integrity First Financial Group do?
You know what? We've been known to do some home loans.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah, right.
Especially if you folks are out there thinking about buying a house.
It's a good time to buy still. Interest rates are still very low, and prices haven't gone through the roof, and I think it's
and
a good
incomes
time.
went up practically zero.
Well, you can't have everything.
Well, you read about the interest rates. Oh, we're at a high. You know what? People kind of get a little shaky, but you know what? A high is like 4.5. Can you imagine 4.5? It's actually overall that's low.
I mean, historically, that's incredibly low. So
yeah, right.
So what do you got going today?
Well, I'm glad you asked because I wanted to touch bases a little bit on VA loans. We discussed this a while back, but this is such a really good product that veterans sometimes they feel okay, I've got a VA loan, I'm eligible, I get zero down, but there's really more to that. And I think what we discussed last time was that there's this, when you buy a home, you get a loan, there's this bad word that's called mortgage insurance.
Sure.
Okay. It comes with the territory unless you put 20% down and you get a product like that. But the good thing about VA loans is no mortgage insurance. Now, how does that affect you? I got a situation here that I did for a $330,000 loan. And let me tell you, if you were buying FHA, which is nothing wrong with that because that gets you into the home, you're looking at a payment of $22,28 with taxes, insurance, and everything. But that same property, if you were to go VA, would be $2,067. So it's almost $200 less a month.
Yeah, it'd be $2,400 a year.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what?
$24,000 over 10 years.
Besides zero down.
$75,000 over the life of the loan.
That's a substantial savings, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And that doesn't mean that if you're not a veteran, don't go out and sign up right now, okay? But just for the veterans who are, eligible for that, it's something to be aware of. Besides the cash out of your pocket, you don't have to put it that much out. you get a lower payment.
And VA has some other restrictions with regards to how the property is delivered to them. With, for instance, I just had one, and it had peeling and chipping paint under the eaves. Well, most of the time it's no big deal, but the VA calls that out and says, "Hey, this got to be prepared."
Well, it'll be the same with FHA.
Yeah,
they're similar.
Right, they are similar, but
yeah, I haven't seen that in a while though. But in the old days, that used to be called out all the time.
Yeah,
it seems like And one more item, if I can. This came across my desk, and normally part of my job is besides doing loans, it's kind of like sell loans a little bit. But here's a loan that is a good loan for someone, but I wouldn't necessarily sell it unless they had the criteria that they really needed the property. And you're gonna, and here we go back again to the old days, 06, 07. This is what do we call non-prime loan? Okay. This one is the FICO score. You only need 620. But you do need 35% down, which can be kind of tough,
for a lot of folks. Yeah.
But if you have that 35% down, you also have the option of interest only, which is we haven't seen that in a while, since maybe 06, 07. And if you've had an issue in your housing where you had a short sale foreclosure, something like that, as long as it's been more than 1 year, you're good to buy. But the thing that really gets you is it ends up with all you need is 12 months of bank statements to show that you have the cash flow to go through.
And now that's a 5-1 arm.
Yes.
So that means after the first
after 5 years, it becomes adjustable.
It becomes adjustable.
Well,
yes.
I would say this type of loan is not necessarily built.
It's good for a second home or an investment property,
or to get into your property if you're having some issues to start with. Then you can refinance it into a fixed rate and get out of that.
It has a max loan amount of $2.5 million.
Yeah, that leaves you.
Well, I think that's
$300
the house I was looking for. Well, maybe I just have the extra $500,000 to put down.
Yeah, right.
35%, right?
Well, 35%. But the way I came across this is I had someone come in, a former client, and he wants to buy a home. Unfortunately, he's got this bad thing, a bad back, and he's on workers' comp and
disability
duty, and you know what? That's kind of like when you want a loan nowadays, you have to have a job. And
what?
Yeah, it's we're going back to the old days. They want you to make money. So I told him it's going to be difficult, but he's getting an inheritance within 12 months of 13 months. A lot of property involved. It's going up for sale. Some of it's been sold already. So he wants to be able to buy this property and maybe use one of these programs and then switch to a more traditional loan.
Right.
But to him, it's worth it.
Excellent.
That is great.
Yeah. And that's it on the loan side for today.
That's it?
Yes.
What are rates doing? How are refis? What's going? Give me some information, Felix. Tell me what's going on.
Well, okay. I'm glad you asked me.
I got the seal sign, huh? I got
you got that sign
go
right.
To second.
So I got the sign too. But anyway, as far as loans are concerned, rates are concerned, yes, they're at it can be up to a 4.5. You can still get 4.25. Again, the criteria is different for everybody.
Now you can buy that down too if you want.
Oh, definitely.
So that's what they're going to offer you, but you can always pay some points and buy it down if you want to have a little better rate.
And people are doing that too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It only makes sense if you're going to be in that loan for a while.
Right.
If you plan on liquidating that loan like this gentleman.
Yeah, you're better with an adjustable if it's short term.
Definitely.
Well, cool. And how are you seeing applications? Up, down?
Applications actually are, for me, they've been up
Good.
recently.
So,
but what happens is I got a transaction that's killing me because I have like 4 properties in a row. You had those contingency things.
Yeah.
And everybody's got to go. We're in the middle of 2 have fallen right now. We got 2 more to go, and everybody will be happy, but we're stressing like crazy.
I have one right now where it's contingent on the close date for the next one, right? And the home seller / home buyer, right? Because she's doing both. She's on the edge of her seat trying to figure out when she can move.
Oh, and my phone keeps going off because everybody wants to move.
And to get her junk out of the
Well, I always
house.
tell people the moving date is like the birth date. When somebody's pregnant, there is no way to predict it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You can narrow it down and say maybe between this and this, but there's no way to pin it down when it comes to a closing date.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it depends on too many other hands that are in the fire,
I've always said there's at least 100 people behind the scenes that make your home loan happen. and are connected with your home loan, and one person, screws up or delays or there's a problem, then that affects everybody else right on down the line.
And when you have 4 properties going at the same time, you multiply that by 4.
Yep. Oh, there you go. That's exactly right.
Well, righty.
So, folks, this is Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. Don't forget, we are on every Thursday from 3 until 4. And don't forget, we're here.
Don't let your house go to foreclosure. Call Exit Inland Realty today. We can help you stay in your house longer, and we may be able to get you as much as $30,000 depending on the type of loan, and the lender has a moving incentive. So don't delay. Call today at 951-300-1010. That's 951-300-1010, and go to our website, www.exitinlandrealty.com.
Hey, what you doing?
I'm online looking at a satellite view of the neighborhood.
Huh. What's with all the dots?
Green means it's for sale, yellow means sold.
Gotcha. Hey, is that the house we looked at?
Yeah, I love it. Maybe we should talk to a realtor, make an offer?
Did that house just go from green to yellow?
Yeah, sold. Right before our very eyes.
Buyers are in the market, but there's a shortage of homes for sale. If you've been thinking about selling, now may be the right time. Every market's different. Call a Realtor today or visit Realtor.com. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, hairstyling. For all your hairstyling needs, come to Plaza Hairstyling. We're located at 5184 Arlington Avenue in Riverside. For an appointment, call Pam or Sheila at 951-359-7376. That's 951-359-7376. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling.
Are you in need of a home companion caregiver, personal care assistant, certified nurse assistant, or a home health aide? Then call 24/7 Keep in Touch Home Care. They offer 24/7 on-call service for long and short-term care, sleepover caregivers, post-operative care, respite care, hospice care, and live-in companions, serving San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange, and Los Angeles County. Call Joy for a free home care assessment today at 714-997-9936. That's 1-714-997-9936, 24/7 Keep in Touch Home Health Care. Also, a shout to our friends there at Back to the Grind in Riverside. Hi, Darren. Best coffee house in Riverside, California. Get your favorite coffees, smoothies, snacks, lunches, and they even have free Wi-Fi. Back to the Grind is located in downtown Riverside at 3575 University Avenue between Lemon Street and Orange Street. Back to the Grind. Call them at 951-784-0800.
And here we are. This is Realtor Bob Bishop. This is Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy.
And Felix.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Felix is here.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Felix. We have our special guest here today.
So Felix, means we're just talking about mortgages. I got a little news thing here about mortgages. It says here, from Equifax, first quarter mortgage originations soar. You were telling me you thought business was pretty good, right?
It
So
did
look,
pick up.
you must have read this article before I asked you. So it says it's been a booming year for mortgage origination growth, according to the data from the latest Equifax National Consumer Credit Trends Report. Total mortgage origination balances hit $466 billion in the first quarter, a 74.4% increase from the same time a year ago. 74% increase. That's incredible.
I'm feeling better now.
The crowd goes
how
wild.
How many billion? How many billion was that?
Yeah, a lot. Let's see. 466 billion in the first
66
quarter.
billion of it was mine.
Okay, I like it.
Okay.
Man, you're a mover and a shaker. First mortgages led the growth, jumping 79.9% versus first quarter in 2014 to 430 billion, while originations of home equity lines of credit, HELOCs, rose 30% to 30.9 billion. A new home equity installment loans climbed 13.6% to 5 billion. And it sounds very strong if you're reading this.
You know, the part of the thing is people are also remodeling their homes too, so you can expect seconds out there now. Like
these
before.
numbers got to come from not only first-time home buyers, but refinances and
Sure.
well, of course, and then HELOCs in there as well. So
yeah, and I still get inquiries on refis. 50% of my calls are dealing with.
I didn't realize HELOCs were moving that strong again.
No, I didn't realize it, but I know they're out there and they're happening now. And I had somebody come in that we were talking about it. They got to purchase first and second, and put 3% down like the old days.
Yeah, well, it says here, average first lien mortgage loan amounts rose to $232,547 in March, an 11.5% increase over March of 2014. So right away, you got to see that's a 11.5% gain in house prices, right? If you can put more down on average, those numbers would just go up sequentially. See, the number for the first mortgage originated in the first 3 months of the year was 1.78 million to 54.9% increase over the same time a year ago. I mean, all these numbers are incredible.
I'm feeling better. This is a good news for me.
Felix, I'm thinking I don't need to work anymore. I just live off your money. You're making so much.
No, you have competition for that money.
Actually, and in all actuality, too, you know, I say these things in jest, but loan originators per deal don't make as much per transaction as, say, we used to 8 years ago.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
It's actually, to tell you the truth, and we don't make as much, but actually it's a good thing because you know what? For the consumer.
Right, it's good for the consumer.
No, it's good for the consumer.
Because we're building in all kinds of loan origination and points and junk fees, and all those things are being built in all the time, and now not so much.
No, because we're on a salary, basically.
Yeah.
We did. Your branch determines what your salary is, pertaining to the type of loan you do.
Right.
So, but in the old days, that went crazy sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
So excellent. So let's see here. Let's see what else we got. Bob, you got something real quick?
No, because you have my computer.
I do have your computer, but that's all right, right?
Yeah.
Pending home sales maintain momentum in May, Bob. Pending home sales continue to rise in May and are now at their highest level over 9 years, according to the report from NAR, the National Association of Realtors. Gains in the Northeast and West were offset by small decreases in the Midwest and South. The pending home sales index climbed 0.9% to 112.6 in May from a slight downward revision of 111.6 in April. So, I mean, everything I'm reading here, Bob, is like incredible things are going on in the real estate market. I think we got some good things going, but it doesn't seem all that busy to me for some reason.
Okay, here's my take on this, because what you're reading now, I think, is more a reflection of the national picture, not necessarily.
Yeah, it's also like a rearview mirror picture.
Yeah, I mean, it does put us a month or two behind, right? Yeah.
But you know what? Each metropolitan has its own
dynamic.
Exactly. So, how do you feel that this area is doing?
I think we're moving along. I don't think it's anything spectacular. I mean,
the best way you can judge our business, whether your loans or your real estate, is how much is the phone ringing.
Right.
If the phone's ringing like crazy, then business is like crazy. But right now, phone calls are, last week or week before, they were more consistent. We're getting a few a week and everything. In the last week, they just plunged.
Yeah,
and it's
it
like,
could be because we're going into a holiday.
No, that's part of it, because a lot of people take off the whole week, before a holiday. Like, if the 4th of July is on a Saturday, you leave the Saturday before, and you got a whole week to have fun,
Absolutely.
So that's probably some part of it, but generally you can gauge how the business is overall strictly by phone activity. And if you're getting the activity, then there's definitely deals going down and houses being sold and everything else. But if the phone's not ringing, then that means nobody's looking at the properties, nobody's writing offers, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So
Now, how do you feel about inventory? To me, it seems like it's still low. Inventory is low.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, it's lower than last year. Yeah, that's for sure.
There's not that many homes out there. So if you're looking for one, you got to get out there and be serious when you shop.
Yeah, and
well, that means you can't play around. You got to write an offer if you find what you like right away.
And the offer can't be, look, the house is selling or listed for $250, and I only want to offer $220. You can write that offer, but odds of you getting that accepted are slim. You need to be in the ballpark because there's other folks out there that you're competing against to buy that house.
That's exactly right. Yeah, so you got to make your move quick.
Yeah, and it's got to be a strong offer.
Hey, I didn't know there was a racetrack in Apple Valley.
Go-kart?
I don't know. No, it says offered at $900,000. Racetrack for sale, Central Road in Apple Valley.
Yeah, I think that's probably the go-kart track out there.
Doesn't say specifically what it's for.
Could be a horse track.
There's not a horse track out there for sale.
Oh, it says for. Let's see, currently catering for karting, mini bike racing, testing, and drifting.
Yeah. James and I have been out there a couple of times. He was really interested in go-karting, so I took him out there a couple of times, and we never got to go that direction. But yeah, it's a pretty nice sized track. It's pretty nice.
Well, I thought you might be interested in that.
I don't think that it's centrally located well enough for a lot of folks to go out there. I mean, I bet you 75% of the people in the high desert don't even know it's there because it's quite a ways out. I don't know, Bob. Do you know where the Walmart distribution center is?
No.
Or the Apple Valley Airport?
No.
It's quite a ways out to the northeast. So.
Well, we were talking about inventory and how it compared as to where we're at right now. Well, just as an example here, if I can get this draft to come up.
Get that draft up there,
Oh,
Bob.
here we go. Foot traffic is up majorly from what it was last year in May. And also, but supply, months of inventory of homes for sale. Last year there was 5.5 months.
Is this a car report?
In May. Yeah, this is from NAR. It was 5.5 months of inventory last May. Right now we're at 5.1.
Right.
So inventory is substantially lower than what it was last year.
And traffic is higher.
Yeah, the activity, a number of people that are out there looking, but again, with incomes not going up very much,
right.
Buyer demand is far outpacing the supply of homes available for sale. So like we were saying, if you want to buy something, you better make a move on it quick because stuff is continuing to evaporate very quickly.
And so not only does that happen with supply and demand, it increases usually the price of the house.
Yeah, but with the income, as he mentioned, the income hasn't really been going up. It's really a strange situation.
It's a struggle then to raise the price of the house, you price it out.
Low inventory, which means higher prices, but there's not.
Yeah, they said income gain today showed 0.
Yeah.
So that really impacts a lot of people.
And hard to raise the price on the house too, even though there's a supply and demand issue when people can't afford the higher price, right? So
exactly.
So
we're
you're
kind of
pricing yourself out of the market.
Kind of at an impasse, yeah.
Well, does this mean I'm going to have to ask for a raise?
Why don't you ask for one for both of us?
Well, you know what? With you guys, I would just tell them, you guys are so good that if they don't give you a raise, you're going to quit. That'll teach them a lesson.
I'm going to submit that to upper management.
Did you know that the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency and the Federal Reserve ordered 16 mortgage servicers to hire independent consultants to review files for homes in any stage of foreclosure, an enforcement known as an independent foreclosure review? The goal was simple: put an end to the forged or sloppy paperwork being used to hastily foreclose on homes, an act better known as robo-signing. While many mandated changes have been undoubtedly met, it would seem that some lenders still haven't fully complied, as the OCC, which is the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC said had recently slapped our buddies, Wells Fargo.
God, it never ends, Bob.
J.P. Morgan Chase and 4 other banks with restriction on each bank's mortgage servicing operations. According to the OCC, the 6 banks, Wells Fargo, HSBC, Everbank, J.P. Morgan Chase, Santander, and U.S. Bank National Association are restricted. And Wells Fargo and HSBC were dealt the hardest blow and are prohibited from the following: acquiring mortgage servicing rights until a consent order is terminated, new contracts to perform mortgage servicing prohibited until the consent order is terminated, and new shoring of mortgage servicing activity until the consent order is terminated. Everbank, J.P. Morgan, and Santander will only need prior approval from the OCC on mortgage servicing activity. Did you know that J.P. Morgan, when he owned his bank, everybody thought he was the richest man in the United States.
Right,
but he only owed 17% of his bank. The other 83% was owned by the Rothschilds.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. But everybody thought he was the richest man in the United States. But
17% is not too bad either.
Yeah, but the bottom line is everybody thought he owned 100% of his bank, and he was the richest guy in America. But there's a lot more Rothschild tentacles behind all of this stuff than
one of the things you brought up in that article, Bob, was, and several times it came up, was about servicing. And
now what servicing is, folks, for your benefit, is when a lender makes your loan and it closes, they then sell that loan to another company
and retain the servicing.
And they get about 90% of the face value of that loan back so they can lend again. And also, the other company that they sell it to then becomes the servicer, and they're the ones that collect your payments. So like, say, Wells Fargo made your home loan. It closed. They sold it to a servicer, which they could keep it in their own portfolio or sell it to a host of other servicers. But those are the people that collect your payment, and then oftentimes they swap mortgages between servicers and stuff too. But with the foreclosures and everything going down, the paperwork got kind of messed up because there were so many hands in the pie, and they were being sold so many times that's why they they got into the robo signing, where they were just bringing people in to sign somebody's name so they had paperwork. But it says here, do you believe the failure to comply was an honest mistake? Or are these banks still trying to cut corners when it comes to lending and foreclosing?
Hey, Bob, let's give them the answer to that.
Yeah.
When we come back.
Yeah, that's right. So hang on there, folks. This is Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy, and we'll be right back.
Are you tired of talking to stupid people? Then read SOS, Stuck on Stupid, the self-help book by author Tito Love. It's a humorous but serious book about common sense and philosophy. SOS will open your mind. Buy a copy of SOS, Stuck on Stupid, the self-help book at your local bookstore or visit Amazon.com. Then go to mainperformanceusa.com for the complete story. Read SOS, 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 and stay away from the stuppies.
Don't let your house go to foreclosure. Call Exit Inland Realty today. We can help you stay in your house longer, and we may be able to get you as much as $30,000, depending on the type of loan and the lender, as a moving incentive. So don't delay. Call today at 951-300-1010. That's 951-300-1010. And go to our website, www.exitinlandrealty.com.
Mom, I had the best dream.
Well, good morning to you, too.
Okay, so I was a knight. I had a sword, and our house was a castle. There was this angry dragon. It was kind of scary.
Oh, yeah?
But I protected the castle.
Oh, that's my brave little man. I'm glad our castle is safe.
Your home is your castle, and sometimes you need help defending it. The National Association of Realtors supports maintaining homeowner tax incentives because they make home ownership more affordable for more families. Learn more at houselogic.com.
If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, hairstyling. For all your hairstyling needs, come to Plaza Hairstyling. We're located at 5184 Arlington Avenue in Riverside. For an appointment, call Pam or Sheila at 951-359-7376. That's 951-359-7376. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. If your hair is not becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Plaza Hairstyling, Hairstyling.
Here we go, Bob.
And we are back. Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy.
Hey, so
we're back, folks. It's us.
Well, I think we just solved half the world's problems during that break, Bob.
Well, we were having fun talking about, business and stuff.
So, Felix.
I didn't do
I was just cluing these guys in on a great website for documentaries. It's called topdocumentaryfilms.com. And they have documentaries on more than a dozen different topics, and they're just absolutely fantastic. The quality of them, and no commercials or anything. They're just a lot of good ones.
And perspectives on how things.
Yeah, it gives you a different view on things. Let's see, got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 25 different topics.
How about that?
Yeah, biography, comedy, conspiracy, crime, drugs, economics, health, history, media, philosophy, politics. Whatever you're interested in, they got some great documentaries for you. So I highly recommend that to anybody out there who likes documentaries.
It's funny how we kind of go astray on some talks. We're here to talk about real estate, and but there's a lot of other things that are involved in pricing and values of property and how the economy goes. And Bob and I talk a lot about economics here because it really is the bottom line to what we do. If the economy is not doing well, then of course the market's either going up or down, and there's money to be made in the market no matter which way it's going if you're doing the right thing. So,
Yeah, this one I was talking about, the title of it is Everything is a Rich Man's Trick.
Yeah. How about that?
It's actually very excellent. It's pretty long. I think it's a BBC one, but it runs about 3 hours.
Wow!
But it's really documented, and they've got great footage and everything, and so
going quite a ways back.
Yeah, so I recommend that, folks. Everything is a Rich Man's Trick.
All right, let's watch it. Well, Bob, you've seen it. I'll have to pick it up and look at it.
Yeah.
So, Felix, what do you got going on this weekend? Anything exciting?
Yeah, nothing like moving when a family member in the hot.
Are you moving somebody?
No, my son is moving, so he's moved me several times. So
you got to help, right?
Yeah, I got to be there. I've been told. Can
you just play the look? I'm older now. I can't lift all that.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
and my back hurts too.
Yeah, I'm not young anymore.
And it's hot.
Well, it's gonna be hot for everybody, right?
Yeah, no, it's hotter for me.
Okay.
I'm sensitive.
Well, the thing is a couple years ago in Moreno Valley, they had a concert with Johnny Rivers, who's a good old rock and roll singer, and then they had the fireworks after, and it was just like the greatest 4th of July.
Right.
You get to listen to all this fantastic music and this wonderful performer, and then watch the fireworks afterwards. But they don't really have enough of those kind of events where there's nice entertainment and the fireworks entertainment.
I did the 4th of July entertainment in the community where I live, Spring Valley Lake in the high desert. It's a fabulous place to live. We put on our own private fireworks show every year. So, we do the Fireworks in the Sky fireworks show up over the lake, and it's usually 25 or 30 minutes worth of fireworks. Spectacular, and some of the folks that I am friends with have a condo that's right on the water's edge there, Bob. So we went over to their place and barbecued and had a couple cocktails, and then, there's thousands and thousands of people there for this fireworks show. It's in a private community there, so it really was quite nice. So we did that last weekend, but really this weekend I got no real plans for any 4th of July stuff. Maybe barbecue and get ready for my backpacking trip.
Yep.
So,
well, I can see the fireworks from my house in Riverside, so I don't really need to go anywhere. But and another thing I read today in the paper is that the fireworks is really disturbing. Number one, to pets. So put your dogs and cats and pets inside because it can cause, actually the day after the 4th of July is the busiest day for shelters because a lot of people's pets run away because people don't keep them in their house or keep them, in a good confined place so they don't escape. And the other thing is it's hard for vets.
Yeah.
On the 4th of July with they have PTSD and things like that.
Well, dogs escape, they get hurt a lot of times.
Well, I'm talking about for the vets though. It's
right.
the explosions.
Oh, I see the vets.
It's the explosions of the fireworks
yeah.
and things like that kind of bring back bad memories and can be very difficult for them to deal with. But not much they can do,
But thank a veteran when you see one.
But if you see one, definitely thank one.
Yeah. So
especially with all these rich people slaughtering them for nothing,
Yeah. And that's in the documentary, right?
Well, that's just in life,
yeah.
What are they doing now in the Middle East? The same thing. Look at all the guys that they got taken care of in Iraq and Afghanistan, and now all that
they
died,
back.
And it's all back. Yeah.
It's worse than it was before.
But them rich people made a lot of money off of selling guns and bullets and everything else that it took for those people to be able to do that.
How about that? All of a sudden, I thought, man, we got.
Well, that's what happened after World War I. Is the financial people discovered, hey, we could make money off this thing called war.
Well, you know what, wars. I mean, you got to think. Look, we build tanks and planes and ships and guns and all kinds of stuff, right? And and then you take all the folks and you send 30% of your working force population over to a war someplace, which creates more jobs for the people that are at home, right?
Right.
Because you just have a big void there. It's got to be filled, right?
Yeah. Well, that's how women moved into the workforce.
Oh yeah, and so wars do a lot of things for economies,
But they don't do a lot for the citizens.
No, they don't. They don't. They kill a lot of citizens.
Well, it's funny because they're the ones putting all the money out
Yes.
there for the bullets and the uniforms and everything else, and in the guise of patriotism.
Yes.
They certainly play that.
However,
up.
I don't always know what the alternative is. Sometimes you're kind of forced to do some things.
Well, I mean, I could see if our country's attacked, that's one thing. But if we're going out and stirring up stuff all over the world so that we can, our financiers can make a fortune,
right.
off of what's the one that was connected with Cheney over
Hobart.
No, the
Halliburton.
Halliburton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hobart.
yeah.
I said Halliburton. Yeah.
Yeah. Needless to say,
right.
the Bushes and the Cheneys and all them people made a fortune off of those wars and being owners and involved with Halliburton and Carlyle Group and all those different things. But the Bush family actually goes back all the way into World War II. Prescott Bush created the Union Bank with some other people that actually financed the Third Reich and their rise and everything. So, but they kind of got pushed to the back when they had the Nuremberg trials. See, those people all should have been held up for treason in the United States. Chevron was selling them ethylene and gasoline, and Ford was making the tanks, and IBM was leasing tabulating machines and printing punch cards, and there was a whole bunch of different companies in the United States that all were involved in that effort to build up the Third Reich, and then ultimately we wound up going to war after, and that was another thing.
It might have been one of the reasons
those people, because of how prominent they were in government, they were able to keep the U.S. out of the European war.
That's what I was going to say. It's probably the reason that it took us so long to get into it.
And those companies had factories, and they used all the slave labor from all the camps that the Nazis set up throughout Europe, and made a fortune because they didn't have to pay people to manufacture all that stuff.
What they were doing, yeah.
So there's a different history out there than what we're taught in school.
Well, yeah, because Bob, the Germans were bad guys, and we went to war and beat them.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I think we have a call. No, I guess not.
We're just getting a thumbs up.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about some cool stuff, not really
but,
real estate related, but
part of it is that's why we see that we're constantly involved in different wars. No matter what we do, we claim we're trying to stay out of it, but now here we are. We're back involved with bombing Iraq and bombing Syria and everything, and all this stuff. And it's like 1984, where the government was in a perpetual war, always.
And you know what my view really is: either you're going to be all in or be all out. And if you're not going to be in and you are out, if the people aren't allies to us, just cut off the funds.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be an exclusionist country where we just put a fence around our whole country, we don't do anything else. But you almost need to be And the only people that we should be helping are those ones who really stand
Yeah,
beside
but not
us.
if you want to be the company that is the world dominant power. You
Right.
have to stir up these disputes and things so that you can play one side off the other and make money from these conflicts and things that are happening out there, selling armaments and
But
guns.
I'm not making any money off
everything. Well, we're not, but there's some people here in the United States that are making fortunes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, folks, this is Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. We want to wish you all a happy 4th of July. Don't forget, we're on every Thursday from 3 until 4. So have a great, safe weekend.
Yeah.
Stay away from that fireworks. Don't be blowing your hands and fingers off.
And if you are in a firework area, be very careful.
That's right. Take care.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
On Wall Street today, the Dow down 27 points, the Nasdaq down 4. That's on more trouble for Greece and mixed news in the June jobs report. The good news, 223,000 jobs were added last month, and the nation's unemployment rate fell to a 7-year low, 5.3%. But that was because so many Americans left the workforce. Also, 60,000 jobs were taken away from the numbers in April and